Okay, good morning again. Just a continuation of the video we just did in the backyard. Since we have such beautiful weather, we might as well document the front yard really quickly as well. So this is our Rio Red grapefruit, just put in the ground, lots of fruit starting on it. We're gonna have to strip those off probably this summer, but looks like it's taken off okay. It's great because we at one point had a ruby red in the background or the backyard, and it got sick and didn't make it. I don't know if I did something wrong or the water got off or whatnot, but so this is a little Giro persimmon tree. Went in, well, let's see, I think it went in fall of 23, so it's been through one summer so far. I put on, I don't know, 18 inches of growth and did okay. They're a little iffy here in the Phoenix area, but seem to do all right. This is a Peter's Honey fig that was given to me by a guy I met online. It was just a little 4-inch stub, and it's doing okay. Fruit didn't really hold last year, but it did grow quite a bit, and I think this year we'll do okay. So Katy apricot. Let's see if we can get some contrast against the sun so you can actually see things, but it's just starting to flower now. Lots and lots of flowers, and they're always beautiful. So this tree, I believe, is going on its 4th summer, and it did fruit a fair amount last year. Not as profusely as the peach trees, which we'll show here in a second. This is a kit mango tree, seedling. Kind of an experiment, maybe grafted to at some point, but just trying one in the front yard, which is kind of a rough environment in the summer. But it will get some shade from this black Pakistan mulberry, which did not fruit for the first 2 years at least, maybe 3. And then last year, which would be summer of 24, it fruited quite a bit. And this summer, it's going to have a lot. Not even summer, it's, early March still. And it has a lot of fruit growing. They did push a second crop last year after I trimmed it. And this one, as you can see, I do trim pretty extensively because it grows just insane. And I don't want it huge. I mostly want it here for a little bit of microclimate and the fruit. And I want it to be reachable by the kids. Little white sapote seedling here, so little experimental place in the front yard. This will get cooked pretty hard in the summer, so it'll probably need a little bit of shade cloth. This is a desert gold peach, so same age as the Katy apricot. It is definitely the most aggressively growing peach tree of the ones I have. I have made some experiments along the way as far as letting it grow wide or grow high a little bit, and I let it grow too wide and it just fruits ridiculous amounts, and I had a lot of broken branches and stuff, which is just my fault not being experienced. So I'm starting to bring in the canopy a little bit, not quite so wide, stripping a lot of the fruit off, which is just an ongoing process because it just fruits so much, but it's getting some decent thickness to the branches, and I think it'll hold up okay. And I've taken a lot off this year, but good peaches, large, not quite as flavorful maybe as a couple here I'll show you in a second, but still very good. Another tiger panache fig tree, very small, was transplanted here last year from a pot, and it did pretty well. This general area here is a little bit tough because it gets afternoon shade in the summer, but because it has walls on 3 sides, it turns into a hot box, and it's cooked several trees. This Hong Kong orchid made it through last summer with no protection, no shade or anything, so that heat is not a problem for it, and the intention is to let this one get big enough to where it'll kind of protect this area, and then we'll trim some of the lower branches off so it won't be quite so dense foliage. Absolutely beautiful flowers, and it's only been in for 1 year, and just really a pretty tree. Lots more flowers to come. The leaves are fantastic too, just beautiful, kind of like butterflies. So kind of a fun tree. I have some seedling of the purple orchid tree in the backyard, and I'm going to try to graft some of these branches onto those if they get big enough. This is another Primark Freedom thornless blackberry. I have 3 of them. 2 of them, including this one, I cut back extensively over the winter to try to control the shape a little bit and stuff, and then we're just going to see how much fruit they get. One of them that was in the backyard video, I did not trim back nearly as much, and it already has quite a bit of fruit, so I think the key is not to trim it back as much as I did. This little nothing right here is a star fruit that I ordered. The graft actually died, but the rootstock has a little bit of growth on it, so I'm just going to let it grow and we'll see what comes of it. A little cherimoya seedling, just kind of stuck in the ground, and it's going, so we'll see. I don't know if we'll leave it there, but we'll let it grow for the summer and see what happens. So yeah, decorative foliage, nothing special there. This is a needle plum. I only bought it as a front yard landscaping thing when we first moved in, and I knew nothing about it. It actually does grow fruit you can eat, but I've only had like 1 or 2 edible fruits off of it. I just trying to trim it a little bit like a bonsai. I don't know. I like the shape of it, but it's kind of a pointless tree, and it does have thorns. This is a Florida Prince tree. This is probably our favorite peach tree as far as flavor goes. It fruits extensively. Gets a lot of doubles on it, like this guy right here, so we have to thin those and just in general remove quite a bit of this fruit. I made some pruning mistakes on this one last year, and it got some broken branches. I didn't thin enough, and I also let it get too wide, so yeah, live and you learn. Bringing it in a little bit narrower now, and pruning a little more extensively, tipping the branches more so they'll get wider before they get too much fruit, and I cut a lot of fruit off it already. This is a tropic snow peach. This one here is on the far west side of the yard, and it gets the most afternoon sun, and it takes it without any problem at all. It's an amazing tree. Fruit is freestone, and it's a white flesh, and it's probably our second favorite as far as the taste goes behind that Florida Prince. But again, it gets lots and lots of fruit, so more than we can eat. We end up giving a lot away. We can it and actually sell a little bit at the farmer's market as well. This one fruits later than the other 2. Florida Prince, little guy right there, fruits typically mid-May, and then the Desert Gold beyond that one will come right after that, and then this one gets fruit that lasts up to mid to end of July, so spreads them out a little bit, which is nice. They all taste good, so that's it. All right, thanks for watching. We'll do other videos later and see how things progress as the fruit grows and whatnot. Have a great day.